In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw grass like this. It might look complicated, but it's not, trust me. So if you want to follow this tutorial in Procreate, I have a color palette for this illustration, and also many brushes you can download for free, including the brush I used to draw this. They are linked in the description of this video. But if you're not using Procreate, don't worry. You can use this method and draw like this in another drawing app. Now, before we jump into drawing this, I want to say that I have many step-by-step Procreate drawing tutorials on my Patreon. I teach different styles and techniques, so whether you are just starting with Procreate and digital art, or you are a more experienced user, you'll find something there for yourself. I add a new video every week, so there is always something new to draw. Link is in the description. So now, with all that being said, grab your drawing tools, relax, and let's start. So I like to work here on A4 canvas, so I'm going to make a new canvas like this. Rotate it this way. And first we can add here just the base color. So if you want to practice this with me, I've prepared here a simple color palette that you can use. You can download it. And I'm going to use color number 1 for my base. And then for the brushes, you can use any brush that you like. But I like to use here a brush from my siakulaart special brushes, the free brushes. This one is called Landscape, because it has a little bit of different color with every stroke. It's a very small change in color, but it's there. So if you like this kind of effect, go for this brush. Or if you want to have more like a solid color, you can just go maybe here to inking and use the studio pen brush. So this way you have like a solid color only. So I'll go back here to the landscape brush, and let's just add this here like that as the base for our grass. Now we can add here some more colors, and we can do it either on just one layer, or we can make a new layer for each of the new color. I'll do it here today on one layer. So now let's take the next color. Color number 2, this is just a very slightly different color than the first one. And we can just add this now here, like that. Just some random kind of spots on this first base color. Now let's take next color, a little bit different hue. And we can add here some spots like this now. Now maybe just few separated spots. Let's take next color, something lighter. You can also adjust the brush size, of course. And we can add some of this too. Again, some random spots. And now we can take the darkest color, color number 5, and add some of it too. So just draw some more spots. Okay, so you have something like this now. Now we can start drawing here some grass strands. We can start with drawing here grass strands on the edge. So for this, I'll just make the brush size smaller here, like 5%. And we have to grab the same color we have over here. So instead of going to the color palette, you can just pick it from the canvas like this. Just tap and hold your finger on the screen to get this color. And then you can just draw here some grass strands like that. Try to draw them in an arc shape, going in different directions. So just like that. Now we can take next color that we can see here from this spot. And on top of this shape, we can draw some grass strands. So just like that. You can also add some, just somewhere here loosely on the outside area. So now that we have this color, we can just find other places with this color and add the grass strands over here. Since this brush is drawing with different hues of one color, you can still adjust it by grabbing it again from the spot on the canvas, and then just continue adding here some kind of grass strands. So let's do it now for this color. Okay, and now we can grab next color that we see and do the same thing. So I'll go here to the second color that we actually used. This one. And now I'll grab the next color that I see here and just add the grass strands. So continue doing that until you went through all the colors here, all those spots. Okay, so once you will go through all of the spots, we can make it look a little bit more unique now. We can add here maybe some kind of longer grass, maybe some kind of plants, and then flowers in the end. So we can just grab now maybe this color here. We can make brush size even smaller, like 3%. And now just draw something more like this, something more unique. Some kind of plant coming out here. Now let's move maybe over here, and here maybe we can do like this kind of grass. Just few of them can be standing out here. So I'm just going now through all of the spaces here and seeing maybe where is a nice place I could add something more unique, some kind of different plant visible over here. So after adding here some kind of plants like this, we can start adding here some flowers. So for the flowers, I got some colors here picked. You can take any color that you like and start drawing here some kind of simple shapes for the flowers. And again, for this, you can just make a new layer and draw it on a new layer, or just continue drawing on this layer. And you can draw those flowers in a very simple way. As you can see, I'm just drawing here some kind of random dots. This is nothing precise. I'll change the color now, maybe something pink. Now I'll add something purple. So you can add here as many different flowers you like. You can add them in different shapes, of course. You can make them even more unique. Grab another color, maybe turn down the opacity of the brush, and add here some kind of shading on this. So when you finish adding your flowers here, we can still make it a little bit better by adding here some kind of shadows from them. And for this, we are going to make a new layer on top of this one. And we can just change the blending mode of this one to multiply. Now you can grab any kind of like a darker color. You can either use one of the greens, or you can use the blue colors. I'll take color number 11. And just pick one side for the shadow. I'll pick here bottom right, and just add some of this around the flowers. You don't have to add it precisely everywhere. You can also add some shadow to those plants that you drew here, the ones that are more coming out of the grass. Just lightly draw next to them to create here some kind of shadow from them. So just like that. And now we can turn down the opacity of this layer so it's not too dark. Maybe I'll make it 83, and you can see the difference now with it and without it. It looks a little bit better with this shadow, I think. And you can also add here light in the same way. So you can make a new layer on top of this one. For the lights, we can just change it maybe here to soft light. You can take some kind of yellow light color. I have here color number 8. And we can just add this in few spots. Just brighten up now top left side of those flowers. This way they'll pop a little bit more. And you can do the same to the plants. Or even you can pick few grass strands and make them brighter on one side to make them pop a little bit. Okay. And again, you can turn down the opacity of this layer if you want to. I'll make it here 89, and you can see the difference with it and without it. Okay? So this is how easily you can draw a grass field with flowers and incorporate it into your illustrations. If you're interested in making this process faster, I have brushes for landscape. I'm going to link them in the description of this video, so you can check them out if you want to. So this way you can quickly stamp here grass strands like this, for example. Or like this. You can quickly add here some kind of plants, for example, like this one. Or maybe like that. Or like this. And for the flowers, I also have some different brushes. If you want, you can add here some kind of bushes, leaves from the trees. There are also brushes here to help you draw some clouds and some textures you can use to make it even more unique. And there is also a tutorial included to show you how to use those brushes and create illustration like this. So I just wanted to tell you about it if you're interested in making more landscape drawings like that. And if you want to learn more about Procreate and how to draw different illustrations in different styles and techniques, like I said before, don't forget to check out my Patreon. Link is in the description. And if you want to share a grass drawing that you did from this tutorial, you can show it to me on Instagram. I would love to see it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!